guys, welcome to the Body and Soul Shop. Today we're going to do an update on this 67 Camaro. The last time you saw it, it was in primer, and so we've totally blown it apart, totally painted everything. It's all painted now. We did it in a tri-stage, which is a base coat, a mid coat, and a clear coat. So we did 3 coats of base. We wound up doing 4 coats of mid to get the right shade of the candy that we wanted, and then 3 coats of clear, and then wet sand and buffed it. So everything's painted, and so now we're in the final assembly. Putting things together. We're working on the wiring right now, getting that all routed to its destination and hooking everything up, heat shrink, solder, all that kind of stuff. So we're moving on it pretty good. Hopefully within about 2 weeks it'll be totally done, other than the upholstery in it. So let's show you what we did. Okay, so some of the challenges is this is a tri-stage paint, which means there's a base coat, there's a mid coat, and there's a clear coat. You're very consistent, so you use the same air pressure, same pattern, and the same amount of coats on everything. So we did 3 coats of the base, 4 coats of the mid to get the candy the way we wanted it to look. At 3 coats it was a little too orangish looking, 4 coats it hit right on, and so that's where we're at. And then we clear coat it, wet sand it, and buff it. The key with candies or 3-stage paints is consistency. You gotta have it, man. It's very critical. So now we're working on the wiring. We're pulling all the wires to the destination where they go, you know, the front, all the headlights, park lights, all that kind of stuff. The rear section to the tail lights, gas tank, fuel pump, all that kind of things under the dash. So we route everything to its general area, and then we systematically just start working on it. That means soldering wires, heat shrinking wires, so everything's nice and neat, hiding it the best you can possibly hide it. I love to do that. It's fun to open the hood of something and not see hardly any wires, or any at all if you can hide them all. So that's our goal with this. Okay, so all the brake lines have been ran already on this chassis. We just got to finalize them from the proportioning valve up to the master cylinder. I'm getting ready to do that. I had to order a couple fittings. They should be here in a day or two, and we'll wrap that up. Of course, it's all stainless steel. The cool thing about stainless is it's not going to rust, and it's going to stay nice and shiny for a long time. Okay, so this 67 has a Roadster shop chassis under it. It came already plumbed with stainless lines. All we have to do is finalize it from the proportioning valve up to the master cylinder, the front brake lines up to the master cylinder. And like I said, we're waiting on a couple fittings, so when that gets here we'll finalize that. It won't take very long at all, maybe an hour or so. Okay, so we're down to the rear window and the door glass on this one. Driver's side door. We already have the passenger done. Sometimes it's quite a challenge with reproduction parts. We had some rollers and stuff from the original parts that was not right, so we had to buy a bunch of new parts, and we're putting all that together. Well, I have the glass in it, all the glass in it, and done today, the trim on it, and so we're making really good progress. So there's a method to all this madness. As you start putting it together, I spend a lot of time fixing original pieces rather than reproduction as much as possible. So these drip rails, they're really dingy. Some have some dings, and some have some bends in them. Whoever took them off the car didn't spend the time that they should have. They got a little bit anxious and bent them. So they are kind of tricky to get on and off. So I'm gonna work the dents and dings out of them, polish them up, so you can kind of see a difference here from something that's polished to something that's not. And that's all done on a buffing wheel. So this is a 427 stroker LS3 motor, approximately 650 horsepower, somewhere around there. It's not been on a dyno yet. We still have to plumb up the fuel lines and, of course, finalize everything, put the wiring, injectors, and all that kind of stuff in it. But we're making good progress on that, and that'll happen here real soon. So coming up next, we'll be putting the fuel tank in and running the exhaust for the final time. We got a really nice Rock Valley stainless tank. I love their work. I've used it on the Studebaker and many other cars. They're really great tanks. So looking forward to getting that all up in there, and we'll be done pretty soon. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching. We really appreciate it. Don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, and please share with your friends as much as possible. And may God bless you real big, and we'll see you next week.